Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I welcome my new and existing subscribers. Welcome back to Phoenix Bags. So guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this lovely unisex laptop bag. Guys, make sure you watch this video till the end to get the full details. This video is going to be having part 1 and part 2. Watch out guys.
For the front of our bag, the height is 11 inches and the width is 15.5 inches. So I'm going to be covering all 4 edges. Next is the back of our bag. So guys, the back is in 2 pieces because of the back zipper pocket. So the height of the first piece is 11 inches and the width is 13 inches. And the height of the second piece is also 11 inches and the width is 3 inches. I'm going to make curve on 2 edges of both sides. Next, we're going to draft our front pocket flap. For the height, we're going to be using 8.5 and I'm going to be using 13 inches for the width. Next, we're going to divide it into 2 equal halves. So we're going to be left with 4.25 at both sides. After that, I'm going to mark out 2 inches from one side. Then at the extreme end of one side, I'm going to mark out 2 inches from the length. Then I'm going to draw a slanted line and connect the point together. Now I'm going to cut out that line I drew. Then I'm going to fold it into 2 equal halves and I'm going to transfer the same line to the second half and cut it out as well. So guys, we're done sketching our flap. Now I'm going to get my leather. I'm going to apply glue to my flap and gum it on my leather, and I'm going to wrap the edges of the flap. After wrapping it, we're going to cut out the edges. Then next, I'm going to install my magnet. I'm going to be measuring 1 by 1 at the edges and install my magnet. Now guys, I'm going to apply gum on all the flap, and I'm going to gum it on each other into 2 equal half. Guys, when you are gumming them, make sure all the edges are equal. So guys, now we're done with our flap. Moving on, our front pocket, we're going to be using 8.5 inches for the height and 15.5 inches for the width. Next, we're going to transfer the magnet point to our pocket. So first of all, we're going to center the width of our flap on the main pocket. Then I'm going to measure 1 inch from the top. Then guys, we're going to insert our magnet and press it on it to give marks for the second part of the magnet installation. So guys, I used an erasable pen to sketch out the shape of my flap or my leather to make it more accurate. So now guys, we're done installing our magnet. Next, I'm going to make a cutout for our zipper pocket at the front. So I'm going to be marking 0.5 inches from the bottom line of the flap. And I'm going to be measuring 3 inches from both side edges. Then guys, I'm going to cut out the opening. Next, I'm going to cut my zip cloth for the zip cutout. I'm going to be using 10.5 inches. Now guys, we're moving to the cutting of our lining. We're going to cut our pocket lining with excess. For our zip pocket lining, we're going to cut 10.5 inches by 7.5 inches. Next guys, we're going to sketch out our handle holder. I'm using 1.5 for the width and 3.5 for the length. So first of all, we're going to mark out 1 inch. After that, I'm going to measure 0.25 at both edges of the 1 inch line, and I'm going to draw it to the tip. Next, we're going to measure another 1 inch line from the bottom of the first one, and I'm going to slant the line to the 0.2 inch line at both sides. Now I'm going to curve the bottom edges of the handle holder, then I'm going to cut out the lines. So guys, we're going to cut two of that, and I'm going to wrap it with my leather. Guys, don't forget to click on the subscribe button to get more updates from me. So guys, for the front side handle holder, I'm going to be using 2 inches by 2.5 inches. I'm going to apply gum on it and fold it into 2 equal halves. Moving on, our laptop padding pocket, we're going to be using 13.5 inches by 8 inches. So we're going to cut our lining wrap for that. We're going to fold our lining into 2 equal halves, and I'm going to have 1 inch allowance by the sides. edges and the bottom edge. Next, I'm going to use the body of our bag to cut our foam in 2 places with allowance, and I'm also going to cut lining in 3 places with allowance. So guys, now we're done with cutting our bag. Let's go into sewing. We're going to be stitching the front panel first, and we're going to be stitching the handle holder to the front panel. I'm going to measure 3.5 inches from the side edge and 1 inch from the top. Then I'm going to stitch it round. Next, I'm going to sew the side edges and bottom edge of my flap. Moving on guys, we're going to sew our flap to our front body. So guys, I'm going to center the flap from the side edges, and I'm going to mark out 3 inches from the top and draw a line. Next, we're going to sew our zip to the lining. I'm going to be sewing the zip to the lining right side together at the up and down side of the zip. After that, I'm installing my zipper pull. Then I'm going to clip the top edges together to sew the sides of the zipper pocket. Next, I'm going to sew my D-ring for the key holder to the front of the bag. So guys, I'm using a 0.7 inch D-ring, but you can also use a 0.5 inch D-ring, and I wrap it with 1.5 inch. So I used 4 inches from the side, and we're going to be stitching 3 edges, the side edges and the bottom edge. And I used 1.5 inch by 3 inches for the leather to wrap the D-ring. Now guys, I'm going to apply gum on the bottom and top edge of my leather and my zip and glue it in place. Now we're going to stitch our pocket. We're going to sew the bottom first. So we're going to move the lining upwards and stitch the bottom. Then I'm going to move the lining backward to stitch the side and top.
So next guys, we're going to sew the front pocket to the front pocket lining, and we're going to top stitch it at the front. After that, we're going to sew the lining at the side and bottom edges, and I'm going to cut off the excess. Next, we're going to join the bottom edges in a V shape, and we're going to stitch it at 1 inch. So guys, next we're going to sew our pocket to our front side of the bag. I'm going to draw lines to trace the pocket when sewing. So guys, from the side we're going to measure directly under our flap from both sides, and from the bottom I'm going to measure 1 inch.
Now we're done sewing the pocket of the front panel of our bag. So guys, next I'm going to sew my foam and lining to the front panel. So guys, after stitching, I'm going to trim off the excess.